about chat apps. Some of them you've probably seen, ChatGPT and the like. But I assure you, as an AI researcher, that generative AI is a lot more strict.
So welcome, I'm Julian Keenan, he's software engineer and he's leading a global team to build our platforms. And this is and that's why we welcome a lot your manifesto, planting 15 billion trees in the next 10 years. Here, you heard already something about what's.
And when IBM looked at the landscape of the world 10 years ago, we saw in Africa a limitless potential for innovation, a wellspring of skills and insights that could rival any place here on Earth. So we took a bold step, opening our first lab in Africa, right here in Nairobi. Not long after, we broke ground on our second lab at Wits University in Johannesburg. And over the last 10 years, these labs have contributed to building the future of computing for this continent. Our mission at the outset was to apply IBM's transformative technology vision to the local needs of countries and communities across the continent. And thus far, our progress has been remarkable. From cloud technologies to machine learning to quantum computing, in sectors from healthcare to agriculture to manufacturing, our homegrown innovations have taken root. We have licensed technology to local startups, open-sourced innovations, and integrated groundbreaking solutions into IBM's global product lines. And when IBM looked at the landscape of the world 10 years ago, we saw in Africa a limitless potential for innovation, a wellspring of skills and insights that could rival any place here on Earth. So we took a bold step, opening our first lab in Africa, right here in Nairobi. Not long after, we broke ground on our second lab at Wits University in Johannesburg. And over the last 10 years, these labs have contributed to building the future of computing for this continent. Our mission at the outset was to apply IBM's transformative technology vision to the local needs of countries and communities across the continent. And thus far, our progress has been remarkable. From cloud technologies to machine learning to quantum computing, in sectors from healthcare to agriculture to manufacturing, our homegrown innovations have taken root. We have licensed technology to local startups, open-sourced innovations, and integrated groundbreaking solutions into IBM's global product lines.
IBM's research labs here is really a jewel that embodies the US-Kenya partnership. It is creating homegrown solutions for addressing challenges and exploring opportunities across sectors. Through its cutting-edge research here, it is driving growth and development. For example, when I visited this lab in February, I was impressed by your work targeted at helping nearly 3 million residents in 5 northern Kenyan counties and their animals gain access to safe drinking water as an effective solution for a vast area affected dramatically by climate change. I also see several areas where IBM is adding real value to the Kenyan digital ecosystem. First, as the supplier of world-class tech talent to the digital ecosystem here, which is very similar to the role IBM played in seeding talent to Silicon Valley in the United States. I understand that IBM's lab here is composed of 80% African employees and 65% Kenyans, which is developing the needed talent to drive digital Africa. Second, I know IBM and other US firms are real partners of Kenya by developing solutions and products that optimize the banking, agriculture, and health sectors. For example, and bolstering Kenya's cyber defense capabilities to protect vital information and infrastructure. And third, I know that IBM is looking not only at Kenya, but the rest of Africa, and is developing solutions for the African market right here in Kenya. And hopefully, some of these homegrown solutions will take off like M-Pesa and become not just an African solution, but a global solution. I think it's always important at these events to celebrate an anniversary like the 10th anniversary of IBM's Research Lab, to celebrate the individuals that made this possible. The researchers, the scientists, the engineers, and all the staff who pour their hearts and souls into their work every single day carried out on this campus. Your contributions are invaluable and your impact is measurable. Thank you, and please give every single member of the IBM community here a round of applause. You do amazing work. And I'd also like to congratulate the government of Kenya for creating the conducive environment necessary for IBM to establish its first Africa lab and serve the region from here in Kenya. And here's to another decade of groundbreaking research, innovation, and collaboration, and changing the world. Thank you, IBM Kenya.
In Parliament, there is legislation that is going to make it possible for us to deliver our health programs on a digital platform. We have discussed this extensively with all the stakeholders. I'm very happy that yesterday the National Assembly passed the necessary bills. They will now proceed to go to Senate. Those in the Senate will proceed to go to the National Assembly. And in a couple of weeks, we will have built the ecosystem that is going to make it possible for us to deliver on universal health, a challenge that has been with us for close to 17 years. I am very proud that technology will now make it possible for us to deliver our universal health coverage on a digital platform, whether it is registration, assessment of whether they qualify for what category of our National Hospital Insurance Fund, how we are going to process claims, how we are going to pay the claims. Technology is coming in handy, and we are very proud of what we are doing. On the education front, we are using technology to leverage on everything that we are doing, including assessment of students who qualify for different categories of scholarships. What we are calling the mean testing instrument that again leverages on technology. And we are making tremendous progress in that space of education. It has given us an opportunity to turn around and have a new model of delivery of education funding, again, courtesy of technology. A landscape of opportunity is unfolding on our continent. A vast market of 1.4 billion people has emerged under the Africa Continental Free Trade Area and the various interlocking regional economic blocs. Africa's population is famously young, now educated, skilled, and motivated. The continent is abundantly endowed with natural resources, including critical minerals required for the global transition into green, clean industrialization. Our continent also has tremendous renewable energy potential, and Kenya is a front runner here. In a world imperiled by impending climate disaster occasioned by emissions from past industrialization, the greening imperative at hand is a matter of existential necessity. This makes Africa the global hub of the next industrial revolution. Mr. Vice President, listen to me again. I said, this makes Africa the global hub of the next industrial revolution. Kenya is the gateway to Africa. The future is here, and we shall imagine design, and build it together with IBM and many others. It is well established that economies where research and development are a policy priority tend to stay competitive over time because the future is full of possibilities for them. Our digital master plan is intended to fulfill this role by enhancing our ability to confront an uncertain future with a lot of confidence because we will have the research to work with us. Because of our commitment to create an enabling environment for digital competitiveness, Kenya has attracted many technology companies, including the global big tech, which have found a promising ecosystem from which to launch transformational endeavors, not just in our country, but by extension in our continent. The IBM Research-Africa's presence here as IBM's 12th research lab and the first of its kind on our continent is therefore not accidental. By the time the Kenya lab opened in 2013, IBM's footprint in Kenya was 55 years old, comprising collaboration with both the government and numerous local businesses. The agreement, which established the framework for collaboration between the government through the Ministry of ICT and IBM, set the stage for a new era with the setting up of Africa's pioneering industrial research facility and paved the way for IBM to introduce its suite of transformative solutions which are products of relentless innovation. And we see it every time we come here and every time we engage with IBM. They include cloud computing and hybrid cloud platforms that support businesses and government agencies as well as other organizations, enabling them modernize and secure their data by migrating to the cloud. Data analytics, and of course, artificial intelligence-driven solutions, on the other hand, confer the competitive advantage and significant benefits of data-driven decisions on a broad range of critical strategic areas like healthcare diagnostics, financial fraud detection, and the optimization of agricultural productivity besides powering economic growth and innovation. I held very productive engagements with the IBM leadership team in San Francisco, California, where we reviewed the decade-long collaboration between the government of Kenya and IBM. It became clear that a broader conversation was necessary in order to build upon the legacy of this partnership in terms of innovation, achievements, and pioneering development. An engagement that extends the scope of our joint endeavor to include initiatives enhancing our capacity to deliver transformative solutions in the delivery of public services across various sectors. This event, to commemorate 10 years of IBM Research Lab, will provide us yet another opportunity to extend our conversation, appraise our achievements, evaluate our present needs, and envision a bold, disruptive path to the future built from our complementary partnership. And looking at the presentations that I went through earlier, I am persuaded that we actually have a great opportunity to do this together. Already the collaboration between IBM and the Office of the Special Envoy in my office on climate change, that we are now going to use technology, not just to make sure that we keep our promise on the delivery of the planting of 15 billion trees, but it's also going to enable us to find where are we going to do it. But much more importantly, it's going to assist us in the carbon markets ecosystem that I committed that it's going to be one of our very big exports going into the future. Again, I just wanted to give this example as to what technology is doing to us and what the digital space, the amount of scope and partnership that we can achieve and the amount of progress that we can attain working together with partners like IBM. It is our aim, therefore, to turn this country into a hub of productivity and competitiveness by providing ICT infrastructures that enable Kenyans pursue employment opportunities and enjoy market goods and government services conveniently. I just said that in that education space, what our Ministry of ICT is doing with the ICT hubs across the country, the hotspots across the country, is not only to increase commerce, e-commerce that is, but also digital jobs for our young people. So again, technology is working with us. The digital space is giving us leverage on digital jobs, remote jobs that we are already working with various sectors.